Hi, Levi from InterNACHI Marketing again with another logo breakdown. Today we're going to look at a letter form logo, and quickly at the top I'm just going to run through some recognizable letter form logos and what I think they might be doing. The McDonald's capital M, super recognizable. However, if you do this and turn it sideways, it kind of looks like stacked buns. The color also reinforces that connection. But they swapped it, use a capital M. It also becomes architectural. It's yellow, so it's bright and friendly. Netflix is kind of like this stacked wound thing that looks a little bit like film. WordPress is more formal. It's for bloggers. It has the serif font, so it kind of looks like something you would type for, like something more formal. The Tesla logo, we have the front end of a car. Just this dip here implies sort of headlights. This sort of backs, the point down here implies movement forward. X for Xbox, we have like kind of this planet with an X wrapped around it. So like thinking of games as other worlds, the green also reinforces that connection. So let's talk about Greg Howdeshell inspections and just sort of break down why it works. As always, when I pick a logo, the logo holds up well to scaling. You can see over here it's really legible even when the logo gets very small. So I'm going to talk about something over here, which is we're going to talk about formatting. Why did I choose to format the logo in this sort of offset way as opposed to this long way? So the name Greg Howdeshell Inspections, the Howdeshell is a pretty long name. So what happens when you make it large is it ends up being longer, which doesn't seem like an issue until you go to put it on something narrow like a brochure. Over here you can see that the size is noticeably different in the fonts just based on how wide the logo is. And it doesn't matter if you're looking at it close up, but the thing is that most people are going to be looking at something from a little bit of distance. So this is more legible from a distance than this is. It just holds up better to scaling. The other thing about this kind of layout and format is the way your logo is formatted can also be a way that people recognize your company. So a lot of people do this sort of stacked vertical thing. So when you break from what's expected, that can become a way that someone can recognize your logo. So it can just become a part of your brand, like the way it looks and the way the text is formatted becomes instantly recognizable. The graphic itself, there's a nice movement with the accents here. I made sure all these lines sort of aligned and wrapped together, so it has a nice movement through the whole logo. So the logo itself is appealing, looks formal, more classic. Again, with the serif font here and the G here, they tie together. They relate well. They look like they belong in the same world. So let's talk briefly about like a serif font versus a sans serif font. A serif font is going to be more formal and more institutional, more traditional, and more classic. And a sans serif font is going to be more modern, holds up well to scaling, and it's more broad. You see most logos now are kind of more of a sans serif font. But a serif font could be used if you want to evoke kind of like formality, classic experience kind of things. It just depends on who you're selling, who you're mostly marketing to, because all of your marketing is determined by the people you're going to be working with, not necessarily what you like or what appeals to you. With the logo, this guy has one color in black. Having one color, this blue to match is a lot easier than having 3 to 4. It doesn't make a logo good or bad. It's just easier to match one color than it is to match like 5. So just a quick note about all this, like there are tons of fonts which don't work well in professional logos due to kerning, strange disruptive accents, like if this G had some weird line that wrapped all the way around, it might make your logo hard to read. Some fonts just don't scale well because of kerning, or just because the font gets too thin to scale well. And how the image relates to the font is also going to be important. Good design isn't arbitrary. It's not like about how I feel. It's about what works with the design. It's about working in a grid. And it's about understanding the rules, like sort of when to align or when to break an alignment based on like how long a company name is. And you have to know about those things, and they can help or hurt you. So collaborating with a professional can help you sidestep future issues. If you need to get a hold of us, you can contact us at marketing.nachi.org, and thanks for your time.